Good morning, University of North Dakota and the Greater Grand Forks area on this May 3rd. My name is Jared Swanson. Starting with look outside. Well, we've got a little sun peeking through, but for the most part, we've got some cloudy skies out there. Temperature in Grand Forks right now is 38 degrees. North-northwest wind hanging around 23 miles an hour or so. So it is really whipping out there. Temperatures across the region. Well, we've got some 49s in the south here at Marshall, Aberdeen, and Pierre. 53 in Brainerd this morning. 40 right now in Fargo. 46 over in Bismarck. 38 up in Minot. Looking at the winds in the region, well, those winds are really funneling down the valley here. That's why we're seeing those 20s up here in the valley and kind of the teens on the outside of that in northern Minnesota and western North Dakota. Looking at temperatures across the nation now, we've got 69 in Washington, D.C., as well as Atlanta this morning, 61 over in Chicago, 39 in Denver to start their morning, 50 over in Salt Lake City this morning. Now taking a look at the Spc Outlook for today, we do have an enhanced risk for thunderstorms in the south today, kind of working it through Missouri, Arkansas, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky through this region. Tornado threat is more so down in this region here, but if something could stay isolated up here, there's still a little bit of a chance. Mostly a wind and hail threat throughout this slight risk though today. And then tomorrow, another enhanced risk, but this one's going to be further in the deep south here down in Mississippi. If things can stay isolated along the front 4 minute, we could be seeing some tornadic action along this front here. We're just going to have to pay attention to that as this event gets closer. Now looking at satellite radar, well, we've got a giant system working across the entire United States, really. All these storms you see working north here, they were working through Mississippi last night and Louisiana as well. Actually put a pretty big tornado down in Mississippi last night. As well, as we zoom in on our region, we didn't have a tornado, but we had rain working through the region last night, which we really needed out there. Wasn't a ton of rain, but it was some rain, and that rain's really fading off as we go further into the morning hours here. Looking at the futurecast now, well, that system's going to work itself off, and we're going to try to bring in some sun for our Tuesday. And, well, Wednesday, there's maybe a tiny shot of rain here in Grand Forks. I think it's going to stay south of us, maybe impacting Fargo more. Also, that snow threat, not really confident in that at all. This should be mostly a rain event with our temperatures hanging around the 50s or so for our daytime highs. And as we play through Wednesday, this thing's going to work itself south, and well, that sun's going to return for us here into Thursday. And it should be a relatively nice Thursday and the rest of the week for that matter. Looking at long-range temperatures now, well, for the most part, we've got a big trough here in the southwest. That's kind of playing along with that severe risk out here. I know it's pretty far away, but you can also see some little bulges in the flow here. Those are just kind of playing along with that severe threat that's hanging out on the East Coast today. And as we play this forward through Monday into Tuesday, we're going to see that little system, or we're not going to see it yet, but that little system's kind of approaching here, and that's going to keep us more in those blues, in the bluish color. It's going to keep us kind of on that line, if you will, between this ridge out in the west and this troughing here. So that's kind of making it hard for our temperature to decide really what it wants to do, because we're kind of in the middle of this flow here. And as we play this forward into Friday and closer to the weekend, that ridging, it's getting closer for the weekend, but we do have another approaching trough off the Pacific coast here that we do have to talk about for the weekend that could be bringing us a little bit more rain for our pretty dry region up here in North Dakota. Looking at forecasted highs across North Dakota today, well, we're going to see 57 in Dickinson today, 56 in Watford City, as well as Williston, 50 up on the Canadian border in Crosby, North Dakota, 57 south of I-94 today, 52 in Harvey, 53 up in Minot. And looking into the Red River Valley today, well, we're going to see 56 in Fargo, 57 in Wapton, 51 over Monoman. Those rain showers are really tapering off now. 48 up in Langdon, 52 in Devils Lake today, as well as Grand Forks. Like I just said, 52 for our high today. It will be cooler after that warm weekend we just had, as well as breezy. Northwest wind hanging 15 to 20, gusting up to 30 at times, so it will be whipping out there today. Tonight, 28, it will be below freezing. There will be a few clouds out there. Still, that wind's really going to be whipping up to 25 at times. Tomorrow, 53. It's going to be a clear day out there. Winds still continuing. What do you know? Still gusting to 25 out of the northwest. And taking a look at our 7-day now. Well, we've got 50s for our highs for the entire 7-day forecast here. Again, we do have a little bit of shot of rain for maybe this weekend. We'll keep an eye on that as we get closer. Thanks for watching UND Weather Update. My name is Jared Swanson.